Hello everyone and welcome to another Top 5 Records video. Last Friday we saw a very interesting new release and the start of a new audiophile series. What I have here is Howlin Wolf's Moanin in the Moonlight. And this is done for the Chad Records 75th anniversary series, which is done it's mastered from the original analog master tapes. This is being done by Chad Kassem, supervised by Chad Kassem, the owner of Analog Productions. The mastering is done by a relatively, for me, new mastering engineer, Matthew Luthens, who has done some incredible work on the Bluesville series. So, why is this so spectacular? Well, a lot of these jazz albums have been hard to find, especially good copies and especially copies from the analog tapes. Why would you want them? Well, the Chad Records label from Chicago is at the core of blues. It is the house of the Chicago blues. And whenever I find a Chad Records label, I have the same thing as I have for jazz, finding a blue note. If it's from this label, it's gotta be thrilling. But also if you look at the core of great blues and Chicago blues albums, the Chad label has so much great records to offer. As a matter of fact, last week I did a video on my channel in which I talked about the 10 best Chad Records albums. And the thing is, there are so many more great albums and it's so exciting. So to have an audiophile label doing reissues from the analog master tapes, that's thrilling. But it's even more thrilling when a label understands their audiophile releases like they do. I'll show you the packaging, and then I'm going to do a comparison with another analog master tape version of this record. First of all, here we have the packaging. And it has a hype sticker with most of the information that I just told you. You get it out of the package. And you have a beautiful, thick cardboard. Real nice, thick cardboard. Gatefold. I don't think the original was a gatefold. At least my copy here, which is not an original, I don't think it was a gatefold. Also, if you take a look at the pictures inside, these are added. I mean, this picture has been overused in the world of Howlin Wolf. I believe this is even the picture of his folk blues album, also a very good album. Beautiful, thick cardboard. Beautiful. I love the way they have this Chad on the side. My other copy doesn't have that. Nice, thick, for about 45 euros. I mean, audiophile labels, 45 euros. That's just stunning. Then the record with a almost a replica of the original label, but you can see here that's the 2025 version, 75th anniversary edition. So I think packaging wise they did a stunning job. Now, how does this hold up audio wise? I'll get into that. And I have to say, I did a comparison on the day of release. I didn't make the video then because I had to give this a closer thought. It got me puzzled. First of all, here we have the version I had before, which I still have, of course. There's a 2018 version, also for an anniversary. I believe it's the 60th anniversary release. And this one was also done from the master. It's a lot, the cardboard is thick, but it's not a gatefold, and it's not as thick as the beautiful cardboard from the Analog Productions reissue. What I do have, and I love this, is the inner sleeve copies the master tape, which I love. Same thing label-wise, almost same thing label-wise. And I was so happy to find this copy because it was almost sold out a couple of years ago. And I had a first Dutch pressing, but I wasn't too satisfied with that. And this one felt like a great upgrade. This is from the original analog master tape. And it sounds, let's say, accurate. Yeah, the quality of these recordings is just not so good. This is a situation in which most of these songs are from single recordings, and this is in a certain way a compilation of hit singles from Howlin Wolf. Yet this is one of the iconic albums because you get tracks like Moanin at Midnight, Smokestack, Lightning, How Many More Years, I Asked for Water, She Gave Me Gasoline. Brilliant songs. This is one of the best records out there. But the quality of it, it's pretty raw. There's somewhat of a tin can quality on this record. The amount of detail is impressive, so you can definitely hear that this is from the master tape. It has a strong body. It has a strong punch. You do hear a lot of technical difficulties like distortion on vocals and all that stuff. It's not too easy on the ear. It sounds like a very accurate representation of the master tape, but it's even to my ears, and I love old blues, it has its issues. It's not an easy listening per se. Now, with this one, the 75th anniversary series, I have no doubt in my mind that this comes from the same source. Detail-wise, I think it's the same. But the mastering here is clearly different. Where the other is a raw representation, I can hear that Matthew Luttons has been struggling to get that onto a nice listening experience, which is actually what I desired. I desired a more pleasant listening experience. But I do get the sense, in a certain way, it's as if my receiver, I have this Marantz receiver, and you have this loudness button. As if you push in the loudness button, as if it's more body, as if it sounds warmer, as if it sounds heavier. I also hear that on certain songs where the tin can quality is most present, or songs with a distortion, that he's trying to get that out of there. And this to me is the struggle. I always wanted to be as accurate as the master tape. And in this case, with the other pressing, I'm happy that they gave me that, but I'm not enjoying it as much. Now listening to this copy, they've made it a lot more listenable, because I'm used to the raw quality of the other one. I have the idea that the loudness button is on, if you get what I mean. Though I think it's a very wise decision. And I'm really curious how this will age on me. It does feel a little bit unsettling that I desire stuff to be altered and that I want it to be fuller and warmer, and to work with some technical difficulties. Anyway, the vision here is clear. They did get to the source. The packaging is fantastic. And I'll give it some more spins to see if I'm emotionally getting attached to it. So this is my comparison. This may be a very odd result, but I'll share it with you honestly. So I'm curious, what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave a comment below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.